Now, there's one thing that has always confused me about the geography of Rome Total War ever since my first game, and it's this region here, Netherlands and Belgium. It never snows. It's the exact same in Barbarian Invasion as well. Well, why is this? At first, a guy called Gaius on my Discord server said that it was because it's a swamp. I questioned the idea because there's other swamps that do get covered in snow. Also, this region here is not just swamp. There's other stuff here like plains and I think a few trees. Well, then Pike responded with this terrain map. The yellow represents swamp climates, not necessarily swamp terrain. So there are swamps on the campaign map, but they have their own climates. However, the Netherlands not only is a swamp, but it also has the climate of a swamp, which prevents the snow. Also weirdly, Egypt has a couple of pixels of swamp climate as well. Really weird. This week's Total War Profiled episode is looking into the accuracy behind the geography of Rome Total War, Barbarian Invasion, and Alexander. Overall, the geography of Rome Total War is not that bad. The population ratio between different factions is accurate, and the map's layout has really no mistakes. Some areas where Rome Total War fails is with Denmark being a slightly weird shape, Sweden being inaccessible, but that's just because the region is not needed. And with this. What is this? This here is an unused image found in the Rome Total War files. The map looks okay, and then we get to what I guess is meant to be the Caspian Sea, I don't know. This looks super weird and I'm happy it was not used as the map in game, and just remained as some piece of cut content Easter egg stuff. Also, the area around the secret lost Amazon settlement is also inaccurate, but that is a mini Easter egg that is meant to be fictional, so that's okay. I'm not going to complain about the geography up there, it's meant to be weird. However, there is a small section to the right of this, in the trees, where there's some weird looking trees, and I don't know why. Like, these trees are not seen anywhere else on the map, and it's just a very small group of them. I don't understand this at all. Maybe there's some famous different looking trees up there, maybe it's a mistake made by the developers, maybe it's a reference to an Easter egg, maybe they're even actually huts and not trees, like a reference to a lost civilization. I don't know what it could be, I don't know. Moving on to Barbarian Invasion, and there's not much to really say here. The map itself is identical to Rome Total War, but there's a couple of changes. Firstly, the Amazon settlement has been removed, so now the secret route through the trees just leads to nowhere. I started this out by saying firstly, but that's about it. It's so similar to Rome Total War that there's really not that much to say here. Okay, but moving on to the game that you probably clicked on this video for, Alexander Total War. When it comes to accuracy of maps in Total War games, generally it is quite good. However, one title is incredibly well known for its mistakes, Alexander Total War. Let's begin by looking at the basic landscapes, starting off in Greece. Greece looks as if it was built using Minecraft. Why is it so square? Now, I understand it's not easy to portray Greece, but Rome Total War, with roughly the same amount of available space, managed to do it reasonably well. And there is no reason for it to be portrayed this way in Alexander Total War. It's not like this region was part of Alexander's campaigns, so it needs to be reshaped to focus the player down a historical route, like they've done with Anatolia. Just, there's no reason for it. Terrible design by the developers here. As for the Mediterranean, it only depicts 2 islands. This, however, I am fine with. It is 2 major ones, Crete and Cyprus. Total War usually likes to depict the island of Rhodes, but there's not much point for it to be present in this title, and I can say I don't miss the island of Rhodes at all. Moving across seas now and into Anatolia, this bit of land here is clearly misshapen, and the size is all wrong. However, a lot of it seems to be done for pathfinding reasons, to block off certain routes, and kind of force the player down the historical route that Alexander took. That being said, it just looks horrible. Moving up north, we see Crimea, which appears like it has been smashed by a giant golf club from one side. This is certainly a very weird looking Crimea. It does not end there. The Caspian Sea looks nothing like it is meant to. I would say though, despite these mistakes, the rest of the map appears to be okay. Then again, it's not like designing the rest of the map would have been too difficult. It's roughly straightforward. Greece, Crimea, Anatolia, they're the most difficult bits to make. Those are not the only mistakes, however. Trees on water. India being completely inaccessible due to one simple river. And the Nile simply just ending in the middle of the desert. I guess the true source of the Nile is in this spot right here. Overall, the Geography of Alexander Total War is the worst of all the titles. I don't know if it was down to a rushed development or what it was down to, but it really does not work. It does not look good at all. And that's really just about it. Hope you enjoyed this small video looking into the geographical accuracy of Rome Total War and its expansions. If you have enjoyed, please like the video and subscribe for more. Total War Profiles episodes like this are every Saturday. I've been MELKOR, hope you've enjoyed, and good